and gentlemen, welcome. And Money, if you can type, and guys, if we can be as serious as possible. Anyway, so this is the prediction panel. As you can see on the front of this gray and white Oreo cookie. Anyway, we are here for the predictions for King of the Ring 2015, the second ever King of the Ring event. Now, there's 16 competitors this year, twice as large as last year, looking to compete and looking to hold the crown, the King of the Ring crown. Anyway, we're going to start off with predicting matches such as the World Tag Team Championship. Now, that match is between Mam and Damon, and the number one contenders Y3 and Brie Bella, which will probably not be her name by King of the Ring. So, okay, so we are going to start off with Edel Slayer. So,
Okay.
if you'd like to predict.
I definitely think Mam and Damon and Painful comes in.
Yeah, just okay. So he thinks Mam and Damon. If you have to give an explanation, if you absolutely have to, make it short. But like, if you don't have to, then don't. Okay, Muddy. What is your prediction, Muddy?
Yes, it's your turn.
Okay, my turn. Dame Mam. Good job.
Oh.
Y3.
Myself and Candy. Because we OD, yes. Psych.
You guys are so interconnected.
I don't know. Yeah, I think I can pull it off somehow.
Well,
Maybe.
if this match comes to, you know, these two, like Y3 and Candy as they OD are really connected, but then Damon and Mam aren't so connected because they're not even on the same side anymore. They're in a world title match. I think if Y3 and Candy find the opportunity that they can win, but I think if there is no opportunity, it's going to be Damon, Mam. It's going to be a hard match. World Tag Team title.
I think Reigns is going to walk out of there looking strong, so I think Reigns and Brie.
Because Reigns got to look strong. All right, ready?
I think it's either gonna be Damon and Mam, or if it's Y3 and things too. Only if they cheat, like someone's laggy to kill them. They don't have an advantage.
So basically, everyone's saying.
Everyone's
saying that if there's an opportunity, they'll take it. All right, so let's get on to the tag team title match. It is the tag team champions, Noobman and Damon, versus Muddy and Eddie. And I feel like this isn't even going to be worth asking these two. But Eddie, what is your opinion?
Well, Damon's easy for me. Most in title matches, which is why the only time he's ever beaten me was Cruiserweight and Road WWE. But I beat him for more titles. A lot of titles. New Man. Muddy can take New Man. I can beat Damon. So that means me and Muddy are going to win.
Alright. Muddy, what is your prediction for the tag team title match? Bro, you already know me, Ed. Okay, Y3, what's your prediction?
I guess. Damon is hard, even though I'm facing him. But I look strong, so it doesn't matter. I don't know, but maybe Muddy can take out Noob, and then it's just a 2v1. But, I guess. Hashtag, Muddy.
GG. Alright. This, like all tag team matches for me, it really depends on the situation. If Muddy gets taken out early like they did when they faced NBA James and somebody else, then it's going to be a hard situation because it's going to be 2-on-1. But generally speaking, I think it'll be Muddy and Eddie, but Noob and Damon have incredible teamwork, so they'll really have to work their magic to win. So, yeah.
I want Noobman and Damon, but I definitely think Eddie and Muddy can do it.
Alright, Pretty?
I think Demon and Newman, because you can't underestimate them. And one thing, they rock.
Yes, New Day Rock. Alright, okay, we got the Intercontinental title match between
Between that. I think this call may have DC'd, so I'm going to pause the recording for a minute. Maybe. Yeah, I'm gonna pause. Sorry about the technical difficulties.
Back after a long absence of my internet taking a shit.
Kids McDonald's Wi-Fi.
Anyway, so now it's going to be Noobman versus Addis, alright? So we're going to have that matchup. So guys, let's hear your predictions. Intercontinental title match, Noobman versus Mattis. Eddie, what's your thoughts?
Well, Newman isn't the type of person to have good defense. And that's the type of people that Mattis specializes against. Mattis has, like, gotten a lot hard. He has, like, a new strategy where he can, like, run and trick you and stuff. He's gotten a lot better. I think he's gonna beat Newman. So I think Mattis.
Alright. Muddy, what's your opinion? Agile brother, Noob gonna win. What you gonna do when Noobman gonna win? Alright.
Okay.
Y3, what's your prediction?
Recently, Mattis hasn't been doing that good.
The Muddy
Because
type.
he's a hedgehog. That's just one thing. Second of all, he's facing Doogman, someone that's very hard,
He's
and
black.
that I nearly beat. So I think Doogman should beat Sonic or Shadow.
Alright. Now, my opinion, I think this is going to be a very good match, and it's hard to predict. Mattis did win their recent fight, but it was Noobman being quite laggy. So I predict that Noobman is going to be able to defend yet again for his Intercontinental Championship. Whoever's got that noise. Pretty. Anyway, I think that Noobman will retain his championship. All right, so that's my prediction. Brooke.
I think Noobman's definitely gonna win because Mattis hasn't won anything since he's been Shadow.
Oh.
Mattis be Cena.
Hashtag Messina was more accomplished. All right, Pretty.
Since I know Newman when he was in the NXT, not even a fan. I think he can. He already is the longest reigning Intercontinental IC champion, and I think he can hold it much longer. So I'll go with Newman. Sorry, Mattis.
Alright, so guys, next prediction is Muddy versus Pretty for the streak. Or not the streak,
Excuse you?
for the United States title.
Excuse you.
Brooke taking personal
It
offense.
it should be first streak too, because technically it's a match at a pay.
Eddie, it's not.
But
No, hush.
She's not gonna botch it. All you people saying that she's gonna botch it, just because she's in court, that doesn't mean she's gonna botch every match that's court.
I didn't say that. So
Shit,
shut
who's
up.
getting a fight?
Actually, you did.
Oh. Fight.
Yo,
Okay, guys, chill. Roman, hold him back.
I'm
Roman,
trying.
he's strong. Roman's strong, he'll hold you back. Okay, alright. Oh my god. Okay, Pretty, in your seat. Well, I don't even know what just happened. I'm not even gonna pretend like that made sense. Alright. In all seriousness, the sanctioned United States Championship match. Eddie, prediction.
1, why is this not for the streak? 2,
It's not a sanctioned streak match.
well, it should be, and 2, Muddy's gonna win.
Right? Muddy?
Because Muddy's gotten a lot better, and you're all gonna feel pretty dumb when you all vote Pretty and Muddy wins.
Okay, I can say the same for you if Pretty wins.
But Pretty's not gonna win. That's my point. He was lagging.
Eddie's Muddy's stepping up and he's gonna talk to me hard.
He licked my ass after, but
He's sticking up to me, man.
I'm
I'm
gonna
kick his ass. Alright, Muddy. Alright, Muddy. I pick me. Oh, that's intense. Point 3. Your prediction?
Muddy versus Pretty. I haven't fought Pretty recently. No, Muddy.
All the way, Muddy. Fuck you. You offer.
Okay. I haven't fought Pretty recently, so I don't know what he can pull out. Muddy though, I have fought recently, and I look stronger than him.
You look stronger than everybody, Roman.
Oh yes,
It's part of the deal.
doesn't matter. And Pretty's fixed his bag, so he's good to go. So I think Pretty.
I think it's going to be a good match, and both superstars know each other quite well. They know, each other's strategy. It depends on the lag situation, but if there is no lag, my vote's for Pretty, but it's going to be a good match. See if Muddy can get his chance of redemption. I always beat him in my promo.
That's a promo.
Yeah, that's a promo.
I'm gonna agree with kids and say if there's no lag, Pretty definitely has it. But I mean, I think Muddy has a better chance if Pretty's lagging. So
Yeah, it depends on the lag. Okay. Pretty?
Thank you.
I think that Muddy's gonna win.
So
I'm
much
joking.
confidence.
I think I'm gonna win because that's what I did at ER, and this is what's gonna happen. I win. Even though he beat me at promo, that doesn't mean anything. It wasn't for the title. But when the big day comes, you'll see who's the true winner, and that will be me. Then after that, Muddy is gonna go crying to Eddie and ask him to give me a rematch clause. So that's not gonna happen again.
You're Auburn.
It's funny how you're so confident about your little streak when if it wasn't for me, your streak would be over. So
Eddie, you're the one that's scared to fight me.
your little streak means nothing anyway.
Because I just started at WrestleMania.
Oh.
Yeah.
All
Your
right.
streak's full of crap too.
Yeah, I did want to make an address video to that. I guess it's a good time now, is that no other streak opponent ever has been told anything, and nor was Eddie told anything, because Eddie's initial intention walking in, if his claims are to be believed, was to job. And if he jobs, that's his own intention, and that's his own thing walking into the streak. Nobody else since, and nobody else has been told to give any leeway. Eddie's own intentions brought him to what he wants, and that is what he did. Whether or not that's what he did cannot be proven, but that is what he said. So, to clear up any rumors, because that's been spreading. But nobody told Eddie. Eddie was initially wanting to do such. That is
okay. Let's continue because we have
Anyway.
the entire tournament to predict.
Yes, okay, so we're pretty much... Oh yeah, we still got one more match beforehand, and that is Pretty versus Brooke for the streak. I don't think there's any other any other singles matches besides the King of the Ring. So
What about Luke versus someone?
Luke versus someone?
I heard Luke was gonna versus Dane again.
Oh yeah.
Ugh.
I don't know if that's confirmed, so we won't say that on the prediction panel because we don't know if that's confirmed. All right.
Illuminati.
All right. Brooke versus Pretty for the streak. Eddie. He's gonna type it in.
Okay.
All right, Muddy. Your prediction. And also, by the way, Pretty picks his streak opponents, just in case you're curious as to why we're sending a court member after it. But that's fine. Continue, Muddy.
He should face, I'll tell you later, he should face your streak, not me, but
If
someone
Brooke
else.
does not job to Pretty Brooke or what?
What? What the fuck was that?
If Brooke does not job to Pretty, your Brooke.
That what? Dog. Dog. I'm dying. Okay, Y3.
Wait, what did he pick?
Picked Brooke. Oh god. Eddie, what? Nice lag.
Alright. So Pretty and
Pass the
Brooke.
first time.
I'm guessing Pretty's gonna be mad because Brooke didn't accept this Nexus group invitation. Was that someone else?
That's Pretty and Brooke.
Alright, I'm just kidding. So what Pretty's gonna do is going to bury Brooke, and then Brooke's gonna come out alive and hit him with a chair that's on fire.
That makes so much sense.
That makes total sense.
Alright, my prediction is that our CEO is gonna break the streak against Pretty. She's gonna have what it takes to do what no one else could. Just flex his muscles, please. No, don't hit me. Wanna go? Okay, seats. Brooke,
I don't know if I'm gonna win or not, but I hope I do. So me,
ready?
confidence booster.
I think that Kids versus Brooke. I think Kids gonna win the World Heavyweight Champion in the
Because that makes
R.C.W.
sense.
Oh,
What?
wrong. I mean, that's the wrong one.
Because the amount of that.
United
I think
Champions, baby.
I'm gonna win because I'm gonna
You said
humiliate.
conceited, bitch.
I think I'm gonna win because I'm gonna humiliate Brooke and all the court that's doubting that Brooke's gonna win.
We don't. No, we
And
don't doubt
also
Brooke is gonna win. That's what we're predicting her. Just
and
kidding.
I
Okay,
also
seats. Pretty.
fine.
Be seated.
Fine.
Your Thalmaid shall be seated. All right. All right. So now we are on to the King of the Ring tournament, and I will try to get it as much as possible. I can't really predict rounds after the first round, so I'm gonna ask you guys 2 questions, and that's one. I'm gonna ask you each round, and then I'm gonna ask you who you think will ultimately win the tournament. And if you are in the King of the Ring tournament, which goes to 2 people here, try to predict maybe yourself, but someone who also who isn't yourself. If you're not, if
Is
you
Muddy in the tournament?
Money's not in the tournament because he has an N1C. We tried to. We hardly had room as it was.
Well, Mattis had an N1C last year, but he was in the tournament, so
Because
I.
we had
Yeah,
less
but
people.
yeah, we had way less people. It was like June season, and like June had like no people.
I wasn't
So,
there. I wasn't
I
ever
had
in the
plenty of people for the tournament.
yeah,
We had
but
like
still.
8 people in the tournament, and 3 of them
That's also
didn't
when
show
we had
up.
qualifiers. That's also when we had qualifiers
Alright, yeah.
instead of like putting people in.
And,
Because
like
now it's
Baby
16
Chase and
people and we're
like
still
Ultimate
jammed.
Killer never showed up. I
Anyway,
think.
so
I
Eddie,
think it was them.
we're gonna ask you each match. Here, I'm just gonna go to each person and I'm gonna ask you, and I'm gonna speed you all 0. All right, so I'm gonna go down each person. I'm gonna ask you each match, and then I'm gonna ask you ultimately who wins. All right, Eddie,
Just do
Beast
it.
versus Eddie. Just say your person. And
I think Beast. I'm not gonna lie. I think the I think he has a chance because he's like his strategy's pretty. It's unpredictable how he fights, and
all right,
he usually fights good against me. But I'm pretty sure I can beat him and counter it pretty easily. I'm probably gonna have like 10 health left when I beat him because of just how I fight in general.
all right.
That's how all
So
my
you think
matches
you,
are.
but not by much. All right, so
No,
Agent.
no. I definitely think I'm gonna win. But I'm just saying I think he has a chance.
All right, all right. So now we got Agent and Luke. Who do you think is gonna win?
Agent.
All right, we got Richer.
Return Rabbit.
Rabid.
All right, we got Dean and Rock.
Rock.
Kendall and the Ultimate Gamer.
Kendall.
Y3 and Alvi.
Alvi.
Oh.
Django and Gohan.
Gohan.
All right, Painful and Candy.
Candy.
All right, who do you think is gonna ultimately win the tournament, excluding yourself?
I think I'm gonna win, but if it's excluding myself, I think either
Damon's not in the tournament, Muddy.
either Kendall
He is
or
in singles
Candy.
MLC. Kendall.
Either Kendall or Candy. I can't choose
Alright.
those two.
And to clarify, for Muddy's sake, we did not put anyone in with singles #1 contenderships this year, so there is no one with that circumstance. Alright, Muddy. We're gonna ask you all these questions. Be as quick as you can. Try to be as unbiased as possible. Beast versus Eddie.
My bro
Hey,
Edo.
Wow.
Agent Luke. Agent all way. Rich or Rabid? Rich, Rab, crazy. I don't know which one that means. Rich.
Rich, Rabbit, Crazy, Richard.
Okay. Alright, Dean Rock. Dean Evers Lunatic versus the Rockstar 1011.
What if Dean actually wins?
Kendall or the Ultimate Gamer. Alright, Y3 and LV. Live, my brother. Live. Kicks chair. Django. Django or Gohan, sorry.
Go. Go now.
And
Ghana.
Gonorrhea. Painful Candy.
Yes, eye candy.
Who do you think is going to win the tournament ultimately? My bro at Dial.
What if he picked someone that he thought was gonna lose?
Me!
Hey,
At Dial. Okay, okay. Y3.
yes.
Beast or Eddie?
Eddie.
Agent Luke.
If Luke's laggy, then Luke. If he's not, then Agent.
Alright, Rich or Rabbit?
Rabbit.
Dean Rock.
Rock.
Kendall, the Ultimate Gamer.
Obviously, Kendall.
Y3 Alvi.
The best one. Y3.
Django Gohan.
Go.
Painful Candy.
Candy, because we're all like 8.
Alright, and who do you think is going to win the tournament?
I can't say myself. Either Kendall or Eddie.
Alright. Next. Okay, I'm going to go quickly. Beast and Eddie, I think Eddie. Agent and Luke, I think Agent, unless Luke can pull something out like he did last time. Richard and Rabbit, I think Rabbit. Dean and Rock, I think Rock. Kendall and Ultimate Gamer, I think Kendall. Y3 and LV, probably one of the closest ones. I'm going to say Y3. Django and Gohan, I'm going to say Django. Painful and Candy, I'm going to say Candy. And for winning the tournament, Eddie or Rabbit. That's my prediction.
Still my people.
I hope
Alright.
Rabbit wins. If not me, Rabbit. Because
I hope Rabbit goes for Road WWE and then wins it. Like, he needs to win his world title, man.
I know.
Alright,
Eddie Beast.
Eddie.
Agent Luke.
Agent.
Richard Rabbit.
Or Rabbit.
Dean Rock.
The Rock.
Kendall. And the Ultimate Gamer.
Kendall.
Y3 and Alvi.
Y3.
Django Gohan.
Django.
And Painful and Candy.
Candy.
Alright.
Winning the
And-
tournament, I think Eddie or Rabbit.
Alright. And Pretty. Beast and Eddie.
Beast.
Oh shit, that's getting legit. Agent or Luke?
Luke.
Oh, you're just rooting for the underdog. Rich or Rabbit?
Richard.
My god. Dean Rock.
Dean.
There's no way you aren't picking sarcastically. Kendall, the Ultimate Gamer.
Kendall or the Ultimate Gamer. The Ultimate Gamer.
Oh my god.
Y3 Alvi.
Oh, lag.
Y3.
Lag.
Who?
Y3.
Yeah.
Oh, that's a sarcastic pick. That's pretty mean. Django Gohan.
Gohan.
And Painful Candy.
Painful.
And who do you think is going to win the tournament?
Okay, I have
Painful.
okay, it's either Richard, Luke, Y3, Gohan.
Okay, just one or two.
Dude, just really, like, be a serious pick, for real.
I'm actually
Okay.
being serious, Eddie. I'm about to call you Muddy.
Alright, who do you think is actually going to win? Serious.
Y3 or Gohan?
What?
They're not
Y3
bad.
or Gohan? Are you dead?
No.
Okay, guys, so make sure, and we might have some live coverage at the event. It's going to be very exciting. You're going to want to watch the very first King of the Ring, and I can thaw if you want. Anyway, guys, thank you for checking out this episode of Prediction Panel. I'm going to ask Eddie and Y3 a question, and just answer how you want. If you won King of the Ring, which world title would you guys go for?
You know which title I...
Let's have the father-son talk, Eddie.
Wait. Is King of the Ring gonna be the last match?
The last match will be the King of the Rings world title match.
Depends on the winner. I don't know if they're low.
Well, if you win, who would you pick?
Oh. World Heavyweight or World WWE? Not R.C.W.
Oh, Buddy doesn't want to do that. Eddie, I'm sorry, I didn't hear your answer.
R.C.W.
I'm Triple H. I'm gonna bury people. All right, guys. I died. All right, guys. Thank you for checking out this prediction
Get out of
panel.
here! So,
Eddie and I successfully died whilst being guarded.